Question 25. During the 19th century, the French Academy of Art was a major financial sponsor of painting and sculpture in France. Sponsorship by private individuals had decreased dramatically by this time. Because the Academy discouraged innovation in the arts, there was little innovation in 19th century French sculpture. Yet 19th century French painting showed a remarkable degree of innovation. All right, so first step, argument of facts. Clearly we have a statement of facts here about the 19th century French art scene. And in this time, the French Academy was a major financial sponsor of painting and sculpture. And the French Academy discouraged innovation in the arts. So there was little innovation in 19th century French sculpture, but yet somehow painting showed remarkable innovation during the 19th century in France. So clearly that doesn't make any sense. They were both sponsored by this French Academy. It was a major sponsor. Sponsorship by private individuals had decreased dramatically by this time, and this academy discouraged innovation, sponsored both of these things. One of them had little innovation, the other one had a remarkable degree of innovation. And you notice when we go to the question stem, which one of the following, if true, most helps to explain the difference between the amount of innovation in French painting and the amount of innovation in French sculpture during the 19th century? Most helps to explain. So we have a paradox question, looking for an answer choice that is going to resolve this discrepancy. And again, the discrepancy was that sculpture showed little innovation, painting showed a remarkable degree of innovation, while they were both sponsored by this French Academy, but yet this academy discouraged innovation in the arts. So A, in France in the 19th century, the French Academy gave more of its financial support to painting than it did to sculpture. Okay, fine, but A doesn't help us because still this organization discouraged innovation, yet we saw innovation in painting but didn't see it in sculpture. That's the discrepancy. A does not help us. It's not about the amount of money. It's about this academy discouraging innovation in the arts. B, the French Academy in the 19th century financially supported a greater number of sculptors than painters, but individual painters received more support on average than individual sculptors. And you notice B, just like A, deals with this idea of money. But again, it's not about the amount of support they received. The problem is that this academy discourages innovation. It's a major sponsor of both painting and sculpture, yet sculpture had little innovation, painting a remarkable degree of innovation. So please keep the discrepancy in mind when you go through the answer choices. You notice A and B do not solve our issue. Which brings us to C, because stone was so much more expensive than paint and canvas, far more unsponsored paintings were produced than were unsponsored sculptures in France during the 19th century. And you notice C resolves this discrepancy by saying painters were far more likely to produce unsponsored paintings than were sculptors, because the problem was that stone was much more expensive. So it was these unsponsored paintings that had this remarkable degree of innovation, or at least that's a possibility and a possible explanation for this discrepancy. So C would be the correct answer. But again, just making sure, checking D, very few artists in France in the 19th century who produced sculptures also produced paintings. Completely irrelevant. How does that help us? Doesn't resolve anything. Moving to E, although the Academy was the primary sponsor of sculpture and painting, the total amount of financial support that French sculptors and painters received from sponsors declined during the 19th century. Okay, fine. Still, the primary sponsor discouraged innovation. We saw little innovation in sculptures, but a remarkable degree of innovation in painting. That is the discrepancy. E does not help us, so E would be eliminated.